Leaks concerning the iPhone 15 Pro Max confirm that Apple is declaring, "The only one who can beat me is me." Are they bragging? Or could that be true? Well, this video gives you all the clues, so stick around to find out. For starters, current iPhone zooming is quite unsatisfying since you can't get a wider field of vision, but rumor has it that Apple has remedied this with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Additionally, the iPhone 15 Pro Max will accelerate wired data transmission, which will be made possible by the new USB-C port's compatibility with USB 3.2. So many intriguing leaks have surfaced, and now we'll explain a few of them for you that might prove whether they are bragging or not.
Let's check it out.
Dynamic Island. Apple is expected to maintain the same form, size, and design as the iPhone 14 series, so anyone anticipating a significant redesign will be sorely disappointed. A major shift that could happen this year is that the new pill-shaped Dynamic Island will be made standard on all iPhone 15 models. It's safe to assume that Apple has no plans to bring back the Touch ID fingerprint scanner for iPhones in the near future, and that it will be a while before the company implements a fingerprint sensor once again. Faster data transfer. Speedier wired data transmission is also expected to be a highlight of the iPhone 15 Pro series, thanks to a new USB-C connector that supports USB 3.2. The USB-C connector with capability for USB 3.2 or Thunderbolt 3 will replace Apple's proprietary Lightning port on the 15-inch MacBook Pro models. All iPhones, including the base model, will include a USB-C connector that supports USB 2.0.
Let's hope so.
The USB 3.2 standard will allow for data transfers at up to 20 gigabytes per second on iPhone Pro models, with the potential for 40 gigabytes per second if Apple includes Thunderbolt 3 compatibility. Wires aren't widely used for transferring data, but the new Periscope lens and 48-megapixel sensor in Pro iPhones will make them useful for transmitting very large photographs. We will discuss more on the Periscope lens, so keep watching. Titanium frame. In an attempt to reduce the overall weight of Apple's premium handsets, it has been suggested that the iPhone 15 series may use a titanium frame for variants of the Pro model. Mein-Chi Kuo, an authority in the field of technology, has a hypothesis that the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max will feature titanium frames rather than the standard stainless steel frames. Solid-state buttons. In the same vein as the home button on the iPhone 8, the power and volume control on the iPhone 15 Pro Max will be solid-state. Two more Taptic engines are said to be included by Apple to provide haptic feedback from these solid-state buttons. People may be curious as to why Apple would desire to switch from mechanical to haptic buttons.
Yes, we are.
Solid-state buttons, on the other hand, would have fewer mechanical components and hence be more long-lasting. So dust resistance will be upgraded in the iPhone 15 Pro variants. Periscope Camera. Numerous reports have surfaced suggesting that the iPhone 15 Pro versions would have Apple's rumored Periscope telephoto lens technology. Apple analyst Mein-Chi Kuo claims the Periscope camera lens will be exclusive to the iPhone 15 Ultra. Unlike a regular telephoto lens, which can only zoom in by a factor of 2 or 3, a Periscope lens may magnify an object by a factor of 5 or even 10. Since the current iPhone Pro versions only go up to 3x magnification, a Periscope lens would greatly improve the iPhone's zoom capabilities. It is expected that the Periscope lens would allow for 6x optical magnification. Also, earlier claims that the iPhone 15 would include an 8P camera. On the other hand, Mein-Chi Kuo claims that this is not the case. He tweeted, "I think the rumored iPhone 15 Pro series adoption of an 8P lens won't likely come true. That's disappointing, but we're still holding out hope. As additional information about the camera becomes public, we will update you, so be sure to subscribe."
What are you gonna do?
I've already subscribed.
Increased RAM. The RAM on the next iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max will increase, according to Apple. In contrast to the 6 GB RAM in iPhone 14 Pro versions, the forthcoming top-end iPhones will have 8 GB RAM to support the 3nm A17 processor.
That's cool.
Stick with us as we cover the processor in more detail later. According to sources, the standard iPhone models will still have 6 GB of RAM. Curved edges. The iPhone 15 series could have solid-state rounded corners. According to past speculations, Apple is planning to release a new iPhone series with rounded corners like the iPhone 5C. On the other hand, word has only lately reached us that the next generation of iPhones will have a novel design with rounded corners rather than sharp ones. The iPhone 15 series will continue with the same display size as its predecessor. Therefore, the flat screen won't change.
Noted.
Fans of mobile devices, though, will like one modest change, thus smaller bezels. USB-C. This year, Apple is required to include a USB-C connector in the iPhone 15 in place of the company's exclusive Lightning charging port, which is a somewhat compelled shift.
Obviously, we'll have to comply. We have no choice, as we do around the world, to comply to local laws.
Despite Apple's formal confirmation that it would add USB-C support to iPhones, the company has been mum on when this transition will take place. However, the iPhone 15 series is speculated to be the first iPhone model to have a USB-C connector. Meanwhile, it has been widely reported that Apple would release new USB-C accessories, such as USB-C AirPods, to complement the upcoming iPhones. A17 Bionic chip. It's possible that Apple will continue the trend from last year and make the distinction between the Pro and non-Pro iPhone models even more obvious. The iPhone 15 and 15 Plus will use the same Apple A17 Bionic processor that was in last year's models, whereas the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max, both Pro models, will have Apple's latest A17 Bionic processor. The A17 Bionic chipset from Apple is likely to be built on TSMC's 3nm design, which would result in massive improvements in both performance and efficiency.
It's quite cool.
3nm circuits from TSMC will reduce iPhone's power consumption by 35% while providing increased performance. That being said, the next generation of Apple's Pro iPhones should give you a longer battery life than the current generation. Wi-Fi 6E. Apple's upgrade to Wi-Fi 6E has been confirmed by leaked blueprints of the iPhone 15 Wi-Fi chip. Nevertheless, this improvement will be available only on the iPhone 15 Pro. Wi-Fi 6E will be included in the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max, but Wi-Fi 6 will continue to be used in the regular iPhone 15 models. With the Wi-Fi 6E, you can make use of a slew of features that will enhance your mobile experience. The Wi-Fi 6E has greater available bandwidth, so it can transfer data at a quicker rate, with less delay and a larger storage capacity. Wi-Fi 6E adds an extra 1.2 GHz of spectrum to the 6 GHz band, allowing for greater data rates utilized in augmented reality and virtual reality, as well as supporting whole home gigabit coverage. The iPhone 15 is expected to debut around the middle of September 2023. We will update this piece if we hear anything about a release date that contradicts the lack of speculation so far. With all the rumored improvements to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, its price might go up, and it would almost likely have a great shot to humiliate other flagship phones like its biggest competition, the S23 Ultra. To compete with this gadget, Apple's next iPhone will need to offer some very impressive features. Anyway, check out the following video if you're interested in learning more about the S23 Ultra. See you there, and
thanks for watching.